Hi guys, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome and thank you so much for subscribing. So today in this video I'll be giving you guys some tips for oily skin, or if you have textured skin or acne. So you always want to start off with freshly washed skin and moisturize, and then I like to spray the skin with Fix Plus just to moisturize. And then for the primer, I like to use a Porefessional mattifying primer, and as you see I'm like pressing it into her skin and not necessarily rubbing it. Initially when I distribute the product I do kind of rub it in, but then I press it into her skin to ensure it like lasts longer. And then I like to use the MAC oil control lotion to further control that oil. So a lot of people tend to get oily in their T-zone, and that's where I do apply the oil control lotion. So if you only get oily on your chin, then I would recommend applying it to your chin. Wherever you tend to get more oily, the most oil, that's where I would apply the oil control lotion. And then to further control that oil, I like to use the Urban Decay oil control lotion before I apply foundation. And so yeah, if you have like dark spots or acne or anything, I like to use the orange color correcting from LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I don't use a lot. It may look like a lot, but I'm using not that much. But wherever you have like darkness, I like to put the orange corrector, to cancel that out. And then once I put it on all the spots that have where there's darkness, then I'll take a clean damp beauty blender and blend it all out. And this is one of my clients who come to me like every day, who I love so much. She's become like family, and I just thank her for allowing me to just record this video and post it. She's really appreciated for that. And so next for foundation, I'm going to mix two foundations, the Black Opal Beauty Stick in Carob, and then my MAC Studio Fix in NW45, just because this Carob can be a little too dark on her and the NW45 can be a little too light, so mixing them gives her the perfect color. And also these two mixed together just really gives you a full coverage look. So I just recommend a full coverage foundation, if you are trying to cover texture or acne. But keep in mind that foundation can only cover so much texture, because it's like foundation is made to just, I feel, cover up, like it can cover like if you have like color, but it's only gonna control so much acne or texture. Just keep that in mind. So don't think you're gonna put on foundation and then it's just gonna look flawless. Yes, it will look better, but you can only cover so much. And then I like to use not a lot of product, because I realize the more product you use on acne and textured skin, then the more you can see it. So I am going to still highlight her face using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. You don't have to highlight. If you want to just conceal under your eyes with the same color, then you can do that as well. But I do like to highlight just to give her like, that brighter look underneath her eye. And then to do that, you have to balance it out, because if I just put the highlight underneath her eye, then it wouldn't look natural, and it would kind of make her, it's just not a good look. Like I've done that before, just tried to highlight under my eye and it doesn't look good. So you have to balance out that highlight, and you just want to blend that in until it's all even. You shouldn't see any harsh lines. It should kind of blend seamlessly into like the highlight, into like the foundation color. And then so once I'm done blending that out, the next thing I will be doing is baking and setting her face. And I feel like this is like a really important step if you have oily skin, because it's like you don't want to leave that concealer just like sitting on there. If you have oily skin, it's like it'll be like slipping and sliding. It won't last all day. So baking will ensure that your makeup lasts all day, and it just really locks the makeup in, so just think about, I don't really know a good example right now, but just know it's a really good, it works really well. And since she has oily skin, I'm gonna try to leave this on as long as possible. If you have the time, 10 minutes will work. If you don't have that much time, 5 minutes. And if you really don't have that much time, you can put it on and wipe it off. And then so everywhere else that I didn't apply, that I didn't bake, I'm gonna take like a powder that's the same color as her, and I'm going to set her face, and I don't rub, I don't like sweep it, I like pat it into her skin, because I realized when you like sweep it, it kind of takes some of the product away, and you don't want to do that. So it's better to press it into the skin. And so now I did take some of my translucent powder just to further set the makeup, and I'm like lightly dusting it. I know I said don't sweep, but for this, like, I'm just lightly dusting it. I'm like barely touching her skin. So yeah, I'm just gonna, just to further set her face even more, just because you just really want to make sure that if you have oily skin, that that's all of that is like locked in. So then to finish it out, I like to set the face with MAC Fix Plus, just so you don't look so powdery. Then I like to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray to ensure it lasts all day. And then I like to apply the Urban Decay Oil Control to just give you a matte look. And yeah, here's the finished look, and I hope you guys learned something from this, because I don't have oily skin or much acne, but now I get so many clients have oily skin, so I have done like so much to try to make sure I give all of my clients like the most flawless look. So I hope this helped you guys. Thank you so much.